So there seems to be a new trend of ranting on Fernando. Yeah, I know, surprising, right? You know, big YouTuber, let's go bitch and moan about him a little bit further, because we haven't figured out yet that his clickbait videos are not clickbait. So it's not very surprising that a lot of the people are jumping on the same ship as Raggedy Dan. Raggedy Dan is very successful with the way he makes fun and or exposes these people, and that of course are the GTA 5 YouTubers. Now, he started off with Mr. Boss and it kind of just expanded upon, and his way of doing it is funny in a way, but personally is not very appealing to me. He kind of drags on the same thing over and over again, but what he does well is that he kind of guards himself against the fanboys, which are obviously going to come his way, and calls himself the Faggoty Dan and all kinds of stuff like that. He does it in an okay way. Personally, I'm not really a fan of it, because in my opinion it kind of drags on and harps on kind of a dead horse when it comes to a subject. Where my issue starts is that basically everyone is trying to be like Raggedy Dan and trying to get on the same ship, like, hey, this is great, let's try this. I hate to say it, but I think Gypsy is kind of guilty of this one as well. Luckily for me, he already pointed it out in his own video that he did on Fernando, so I don't have to feel like a dick for saying it. Great collaboration, by the way. Another great example of this is, of course, Sonny Evans. Sonny Evans did a Lord of the Cunt series, which was really funny, is definitely worth checking out, where he tried to find the worst YouTuber. But it just turned out to be more and more depressing, and those videos did extremely well. He did some other videos on Fernando, and that blew up as well, and now in the last 30 days, he gained 2,000 subscribers. And this channel only has 3k subs, basically tripling the amount of subs he had within the last 30 days. If that isn't an example of how much ranting and bitching about other YouTubers who people already hate, then I don't know what does. And this is something that Sonny pointed out in his last video too, where he basically said you have two types of ranters. You have the boring ones who simply do it for the views, and you have the ones who just enjoy it and have a laugh about it. Now, my particular issue is with the ones who are simply doing it for the views, and I kind of feel like Gypsy did this too, because he doesn't really have any idea what to upload, and doing something like this when the people that watch him clearly told him and all his friends and all this stuff, stop doing this bullshit, it's getting very boring. Raggedy Dan is having a great success with it, he is good at it, so leave that person who is good at it. Like, you're not simply going to suddenly make me do all the testing for all the cars in GTA Online where you have someone like Brofree already doing that. It doesn't make any sense, because there's already someone doing it very, very well. There's no reason to try to do it as well. Now, I know what people are going to say, like, hey, you know, I can try and get my own spin on it. Sure, but I just feel like just simply going around, turning on your microphone and start bitching and moaning about why a certain YouTuber is doing something you don't like is something that doesn't necessarily feel like it's going to add anything to the website that is YouTube. It's just going to be another video made to make some views and make some easy money while you're at it. Because we all know how much of a scumbag Fernando is, we all know how much of a dickhead Lispy Jimmy is, and we know how much everyone dislikes Mr. Boss. But in the end of the day, you're not going to do anything better by uploading another video on the guy, because it's just simply going to give him more traction. Yes, he's going to get more negative comments and dislikes, but that's only going to help him. The best way to just simply go about these dudes is just to simply leave them be. They're gonna die out soon. They have to use clickbait to get views. They don't have any personality, and they never will be. They just sit behind their PC and just drag out videos as much as they can so they can get to past the 10 minutes and get the sweet ad revenue, because that's the only reason why they do this shit. Money. And everyone that's making all these rant videos and stuff like that is just simply doing them a favor. Raggedy Dan, of course, being a prime example of this, but he's just having some fun with it. I just feel like personally that if you base your channel completely around exposing, I guess you could say, other channels, then you're not really doing a great job, and you should probably try something else as well. But the issue is with that is that if as soon as you start doing other things, no people will be interested in what you're trying to upload. See, I mean, in no way I mean any disrespect for the people who actually base their channel on stuff like that. I enjoy some of the stuff that Raggedy Dan does, but I just feel like it's getting to the point where it's too much. And it's not only him, like the three examples that I listed is, you know, probably one of the least worst you can imagine, because there are a few ones out there who are worse. Because a simple search on the YouTube search engine, searching simply for Zernando, gets you a couple of very interesting results. One of them being Greatness TV. Greatness TV is a channel that started on April 9, 2017. Since then has gained 27,000 subscribers and almost 900,000 lifetime views, 15 uploads. Guess what 3 of those videos are? Indeed, Zernando videos. Guess how many views they got in total? Over 600,000. Guess when they were uploaded? Indeed, in the last 3 weeks. And guess how many subs he has gained in the last 30 days? Indeed, 23,000. If this doesn't show you that simply ranting and bitching about other people's content is going to get you subs and views very easily in a very boring and shitty way, then have your example right here. It just seems that there's this very unfortunate thing of where negativity gets you the views. I'm not gonna sit here and say that I've never done videos like that, and in my opinion they're some of my best videos. The Mr. Boss video that he teaches you combat tips is among one of my favorites because it was simply hilarious. The way I feel like you should do in rants is just simply look at the content and make fun of it. Because simply going around and saying, hey, fuck this content, fuck this, fuck that, is simply not going to do anything. All it's going to do is going to be your comments full of like, oh yeah man, fuck this guy, I totally agree with you. It's just simply going to be another video, which is in my opinion another throwaway video. Rather take the Raggedy Dan approach and just make fun of them, but in a good, respectful way. Not simply going around, you know, that they have like tiny arms and shit like that, because that's probably a bit too far. So yeah, let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. What do you think? Are rants getting way too oversaturated? And not only particular on Zernando, because, you know, this is a widespread issue, and in my opinion, it's getting way overdone. Try to focus on like some, you know, entertaining content, and if that means that you have to, you know, take a few jabs at other YouTubers, go for it. It can be a lot of fun. I would know like no other. You know, White Knight YouTubers trying to save the GTA 5 community is a very good example, and it's probably still my favorite video that I ever made on this channel. But it was all in good fun. Try to focus on that, you know. The thing is with all these YouTubers, they're probably here to stay, but there just seems to be one unfortunate thing, and that is that negativity gets you the views. And in a way, that is unfortunate, because if you may upload a video about how much you love something, it won't get as much video views as something that you'll say you hate something, which is, I guess, unfortunate, because a lot of people just like to bitch and moan, I suppose, and it's probably one of the reasons why these rant videos are so popular. But yeah, like I said, let me know all your thoughts in the comment section down below, and I'll see you all later.